Hello StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between InZaNe and Railgan on King Sejong Station, the latter edition. In the bottom right side of the map we have the blue Zerg player, it is Railgan. And in the top left side of the map we have the red Terran player, it is InZaNe. Representing EC Visualize. It's an organization based in the Netherlands. It is a professional StarCraft 2 team, which means that InZaNe is pretty darn awesome. He's at least GM level, because that is what Railgan is, and we'll have to see if this is an excellent GM level ZVT for you guys who love this matchup. I feel like this is the most popular matchup on my channel. It usually gets the most views out of any matchup anyway. PvZ and PvT are just kind of like, whatever, but ZVT is fantastic. I'm not sure if that taps into some primal thing humans like to watch of bugs versus humans. Something like Starship Troopers was kind of that story. A lot of other movies and books and TV shows have centered around that premise, and this kind of just feeds into it. Railgan going for his pool first play here, and then into a hatch. He does have almost enough minerals to do it. And yeah, it's going to be a hatch based on the positioning of this drone, but going pool first, which means he either wants some early defense or wants to get some early pressure out. I think he's going to try to threaten the command center, and InZaNe is going to attempt to land there, and oh, it's another barracks. It is a barracks. And let's see, hang on, where's the list? There it is. There's the list. Okay, once again, you might have seen the set on my desktop there, but no, it's not even that. It is a reactor. I gotta get my list printed or something and just have it on the desk instead of trying to use my phone, which is not always available because I have kids and they like to play Plants vs. Zombies on it. But either way, SCV is scouting around here, checks out what's going on. One worker on the gas, which means that Railgan isn't super interested in going for speed anytime soon. This is an interesting build. Roach Warren. Okay. So he's actually doing some early roach pushing here. He should have enough for 2 or 3 roaches by the time that guy finishes. And then just move out and try to see what he can do. The Lings are chasing this SCV around. Again, speed's not on the way, so they won't be able to catch the SCV. At least not enough time to kill it, I don't think, before it comes out. SCV's, why are you fighting? No, don't do that. Run. Run for your life. In other news, what is it? Pokemon Go? Is that what the game is called? Just came out today. The Reddit/r/gaming, or rather the gaming subreddit, was all about Pokemon Go all day today. I'm not a huge Pokemon fan, but it does look kind of fun with the augmented reality. So you go hunting for Pokemon using the camera on your phone, and you can see Pokemon through the camera when you're using the game, is I believe how it works. And so some people have had some really funny screenshots off of their phones where there's like a Pokemon sitting on their toilet seat or a Pokemon like trying to get on a bus. I mean, it's kind of crazy. The augmented reality stuff where you're hunting things down does tend to cause a couple deaths once or twice. Ingress, which is an augmented reality game that Google made a few years ago. People using that have actually gotten hit by buses and kind of disappeared off of piers because they're trying to capture objectives and things like that. I assume the same thing might happen here with Pokemon Go, where someone sees a Pokemon and doesn't look both ways before crossing the street, and wham, they're gone. So you guys be careful when playing that game. From Falcon Paladin to you. Roaches versus Marines. This isn't a Roach. I don't know. Nope, it's definitely not going to be. Pretty good micro on display here. And you know what? Railgan's going to win this thing. Possibly. No, they get the Roach. It's 1 Roach versus 2 Marines. Who's going to win this? Run. Nope, didn't run far enough. Okay, so 1 Roach is going to win this battle, and I'm not sure 1 Roach is enough to get many SCV kills before reinforcements come in, especially because the SCVs are fast, and this guy does not have glial reconstitution. Hey, you got a kill. You got 1. He's up to 6. Whoa, what? 6 kills on this Roach. That is cost efficient. And then he's going to die, though, because the tank does extra damage against them, even in non-siege mode here. See that? Versus armor, 25 damage per shot, 0.74 damage, or 0.74 seconds between shots. That is a fast fire rate. I mean, tanks are good even when they're not in siege mode. Income tab, 30 to 38 harvesters. Railgan really powered up on the back of that. Fully saturating both of his bases. Should probably be going for a 3rd here, but here comes a drop. Some tank drop action. I assume InZaNe's going to drop it down here. That is the place you want to put it to hit this mineral line. There's not really much Railgan can do about it unless he knocks down these debris. And let's see, land it there. Yep, there it is. Uses the medevac to spot, and going after that line. Kablooey! Gonna kill one of these workers soon. No, doesn't actually have a kill yet. Still doesn't have a kill. Queens are trying to chase this away, but every time they get too close, there are tank shots. So it's a symbiotic relationship. The medevac Spotting for the tank, but if it gets too close, the queens will kill it. A transfuse might be available. Not quite yet. Not yet. This one, 40-50. Transfuse the wounded one. There it is. There's the transfuse. Man, Railgun is watching that well. APM for these guys, over 300 right now for InZaNe, about 168 for the Railgun tank. Any kills yet, my friend? 2. 2 is good. I suppose, once again, you really need to kill the medevac in order for this to work, but it's difficult to do if these rocks are not already dead. So Zerg players, I recommend you knock these down as soon as possible. Now 3 drones have been killed. In production, there's nothing in production for Railgun. He's making another base. Oh, Viking gonna spot things too. I mean, as long as you're down here, I just feel like if Railgun is here, might as well attack these tanks. Scan to the high ground. Viking taking out an Overlord. Actually does supply block Railgun here. InZaNe has a nice little contain setup. 7 kills on that siege tank. Killing queens. Almost going to kill that extractor. Killing drones as well. Transfuse, keeping that alive. And here come the mutas. There it is. So that's enough muta to get rid of everything here. Yeah. Tank, medevac, Viking, all gone. Mutas popped out for Railgun. I was not paying close enough attention to see that spire. I would have assumed. I was going to say, Railgun wasn't doing a whole lot to stop that. But the mutas cleaned it out quite nicely. Income tab, 46-44. InZaNe has taken the lead. Is he working on a third base? He is. There's that third command center. Third base already up and running for Railgun. Doesn't need to do a whole lot to saturate that one there. That's a lot of Marines, though. Look out. Look out. Mutas. There we go. Backing on out. Running for their lives. Free SCV possibly? No. Yes. Does get free SCV. Decides to pop on out. Not really commit at this point. Mutas are not going to commit against this many Marines. Just kind of suicide, especially with missile turret support. Anything up here? Yeah, missile turret supporting here. Double Liberator on the way. Ooh, Liberators with that extra splash damage are good. They are good against mutas. Just maybe not 1 against 8. What is that? How many mutas? Actually, 7. 1 against 7. I suppose queens here on the edge of the creep. Pushing up with the creep tumors. And, I mean, maybe, nope. Get the command center. Not super interested in doing that. Double Liberator, though, doing that splash damage. And extra damage versus light as well. Oh boy, yeah, those mutas don't really want to engage there. Time to fly away, Railgun. He's now working on a Roach Hydra transition with +1 ground carapace and +1 missile attack, as well as muscular augments and glial reconstitution. Really going heavy into that Roach Ravager stuff, which I feel like is a good idea. Ravagers do pretty well against Liberators. Tank count is fairly, I mean, there's 3 of them. That's not super scary, and it does really well against Marines is what it does. So I think Railgun is trying to keep InZaNe inside his base and allow him to get up to that 4th here. Allow him to get his macro going to get a lot of roaches and hydras out. So did I say Ravager? I think it's going to be hydras instead. Interesting play. Interesting play by Railgun. Hydras just don't do well against Terran in general. I mean, in small numbers, they're good against Marines. Fairly good against Marauders. It's just they don't have many hit points. So anything that hits them can kill them pretty quick. Tanks don't do extra damage versus them, but it's still enough to take them down in a couple shots, I think. Let's see. Find one in siege mode. There it is. Doing 35 times 2 is 70. And Hydras have 80 health. So it's going to be 3 shots from a tank to kill this thing. Knocking down this debris eventually. Mutas still flying around, killing a couple SCVs. They're not super effective, but that's A-okay. Once again, just keeping the Terran player busy, allowing these bases to get established. And Railgun looking pretty good right now. It's 144 to 125 total supply. Army supply 81 to 66. Worker supply 65 to 59. Workers lost. 6 lost by InZaNe, 4 lost by Railgun. Or killed, rather. Flip that. Killed by Railgun, 6 killed by InZaNe. I knew that. I knew that off the top of my head. Why did I just read the numbers? They were wrong. Well, I read them wrong anyway. That can happen. Pulling refineries on both sides there. And yeah, Hydra's moving up the ramp. Ravagers mixed in here too. Are we ready to do this thing? Can you beat those? Yeah, InZaNe thinks you can. InZaNe thinks he got that beat with that composition. Decides to retreat to the Liberator. And as Railgun is going to march right up here. The mutas in the front, not where they want to be. A couple of them died pretty much immediately. And the mutas are gone. Corrosive Vials are landing. Pretty good hit there. Liberator still alive. There it is. Liberator kind of hiding on top of that bunker. More Corrosive Vials landing. And yes, killing it. Liberator's gone. Railgun trying to dance back and forth here. A couple tanks in the back doing some pretty good splash damage, especially extra against the roaches. Trying to sneak up this way. Ravagers. Corrosive Vial, go. No? Alright, just use the hiders, I guess. That's fine. Killing a refinery seems like a good choice. There it is. Slowing down that gas income for Terran is nice. The Marines are mad. And they're coming directly to hit. That Overseer died. I think that was the Marines and not the Corrosive Vial that killed it, but possibly it was suicide by Railgun. Taking a quick drink there. More Crocodile down here landing, killing that bunker. There's a single Marauder inside, so not that bad. Railgun up 181 to 184 total supply. He does have +1/+1. The bio has +1, but no armor yet. Still a long way off, and +2 ground carapace coming up for Railgun eventually too. So yeah, Railgun has the army supply. I'm just not sure he's good against this many tanks. It's only 3 rather. Crocodile's landing on nothing. I mean, I almost feel like you should target the tanks. They can't move as easily. InZaNe seems to be pretty good at dodging at this point. Creep spread sort of continuing. Railgun's attention seems to have been elsewhere for just a little bit here. Kills the refinery again, which is a minor victory. Not that huge, I don't think, against the Terran player, but still an annoyance that he doesn't really want to have to deal with. Tanks continuing to just shell from long range. Not really getting kill counts, but just doing damage and letting the bio finish it off, I believe is what is happening here. So that +1/+1 infestation pick coming up for Railgun. Not going to stick on this. I like to see that. I like to see the decision to go to Hive eventually. Attempted drop here. Spinecrawler killing these Marines. And nope, out of range now. Oh, just kidding, not out of range. Blurp. Up to 2 kills. And running is the medevac with 6 hit points remaining. Hydra's trying to chase this thing down. Look out. Look out, InZaNe. Hydras are coming for... Oh, there it is. Bam. Another couple drops heading on out for InZaNe. He does have a Spire. Rather, Railgun has a Spire. He should be able to make some Corruptors and Mutants to shut this down if InZaNe keeps it up. But this is a sneaky path way up and around the right side, down to this side here. Those upgrades continuing for Railgun. Going to try to knock down this debris and attack up this way, which seems like a good choice. I don't see anything defending this. Okay, single tank. Single tank. Not exactly what InZaNe wants to defend here. The entire army coming over to try to deal with it. Coming up the ramp anyway, though, is Railgun. Crocodile's landing, not on the tanks again. You got to take out those tanks. I believe that should be your priority. Single Marauder trying to chase these guys down all by his lonesome. Realizes it's a mistake and gets out of there before he dies. 2 medevacs full of Marines and Marauder. 1 Marauder trying to sneak on down here and kill some stuff. That base could be assaulted pretty darn easily. These high ground behind the base spaces are kind of hard for Zerg to handle, I feel like. But, I mean, there's enough of them that you kind of have to do it. Surprised he hasn't taken this base, to be honest. So pushing up the front here is Railgun and dropping in the back. It's a good choice. A lot of Overlords here. If these die, that'd be a huge problem for Railgun. But there's the drop. Where is the army? I don't know. Is he focusing on this too much? He might be focusing too much on the battle at hand. He has a nice concave. Meanwhile, drones are falling like flies down there. 9 so far. I mean, is that all that was left? Yeah, Overlord's dying all over the place. Railgun is going to be supply blocked very soon indeed. Just keeps losing units to make up for it. A few Roaches and Hydras come on in, but this is way too many Marines with +1/+1. And Stim and Combat Shield. Roach is trying to do the thing too. And just, again, it's just not enough. It's not enough. These guys are macho men. 2 kills, 3 kills, 5 kills, picking up, running out. The Hydras are not quite here yet. Force the entire army back. Force the entire army back. 21 drones killed by InZaNe thus far in the game. Looking fantastic that way. Good drop. Really solid drop. I don't see signs we're going to continue to do this, at least not since those medevacs died to Hydras at the attempted drop down here that didn't go super well. But InZaNe's thrown down a 4th base, landing it now. And SCV is pretty much immediately saturating it. Worker count is 75 to 61 in favor of InZaNe. All right, so here comes a small Roach hit squad going to try to take out this base or something. I don't think he knew this was here, but he'll take it. He'll absolutely take it. Planetary Fortress is being upgraded, but it's not quite there yet. A lot of SCVs are going to die. Roaches need to focus those down instead of engaging with the army, because engaging with the army just means you die. Splash damage, possibly killing a few of these SCVs as well. 17 SCVs killed. Whoa, that was hugely successful for Railgun. 21 workers killed by both players right now. That was a nice move. It is 64 to 59. InZaNe still has the lead, but Railgun not as bad as you thought. 6 ultras on the way, chitinous plating, +3 missile attack, and +3 ground carapace. He likes his upgrades, and he is good at them. A sensor tower on the way. Can InZaNe hold this without ghosts? I don't think he has a Ghost Academy. T for structures. T for structures. I can't see a Ghost Academy up there anywhere. Nope, so not doing it with ghosts. Has a lot of tanks, though, which we've seen work, depending on that positioning. So Railgun's maxed out. InZaNe is 188 supply. Continuing to make Liberators. There we go. Continuing to make Marauders. Getting +3 attack for that infantry, which is exactly what you want. It's just who's going to engage first here is the question of the day. Hanging out on the creep is Railgan. Ultra trying to sneak. Oh, tried to sneak his way on in. Got absolutely massacred by about 15 tanks. It feels like it was a big number anyway. Marines +1, +2, that +3 on the way. Greater Spire coming up for Railgun. So he has Ultras, but he's going to move into Broodlords next, which seems like a pretty good tech switch, if you ask me, because you're good. Basically, the Terran player is going to go Heavy Marauder and Liberator, and Broodlords are pretty okay against both of those things. Liberators don't do extra damage versus them. Actually, this might be on the patch before that Liberator damage got nerfed versus non-light. Where are you? I can't tell. Ultra's in the front doing way amounts of damage. Getting cleaned up, though, fairly easily, and this is just a lot of tank. Railgun decides to back the heck on out. Corrosive Biles covering his retreat. Planetary Fortress and like 18 tanks over here. How many are there? 14 tanks for InZaNe. 28 Marines, 8 Marauders, and 2 Liberators. So, that tank count might backfire once the Broodlords show up. Tanks are not very good in that situation. Corrosive Biles assisting with the kill, and they do get that base. That 5th base explodes for InZaNe, and nice pickup by Railgun. Still mining happily here. A drop might try to shut this down, as there's no static defense whatsoever at this location. A double drop, double dose of action. Picking up and just leaving. Wow. Those Hydras immediately murdered that thing. They do have +3 attack, which is nice. What does that give Hydras? 15 damage, 0.54 weapon speed, so that's 30 damage per second, which seems pretty good. Seems pretty good if you ask me. Infantry level armor level 3 on the way for InZaNe, and +1 melee attack. So that was kind of delayed because of the Roach and Hydra heavy composition in the mid game, but Railgun is working on the attack for those Ultras. That's so funny to see 7, or 8 rather, and 0. Dropping some tanks over this way, and oh, this does not look good. Does not look good at all. Where are you going to drop them? High ground drop. Run, drones. Run. Pull. Yep, here we go. Ultra's trying to come on up. Corruptor's trying to kill some stuff. That's going to necessitate an evacuation by InZaNe. A tank does get killed. It's just Corruptors can kill the mid-evacs. Nothing can really kill the Corruptors because none of these guys can shoot up. And you're getting chased. You're getting chased all the way home. It's just there's not a way down that way, anyway, for the Zerg army. More and more workers dying on over here. Good drop again by InZaNe. Overlord's dying. Static defense dying, hatcheries dying, dropping up here again while the army is distracted. Railgun getting pulled in 2 directions at once right now, and it doesn't seem like it's handling it super well. Lost the hatch, lost all these drones, 16 workers killed, and the extractor getting destroyed. Corruptor count enough. Corrosive Bile landing, killing a medevac, which is good. More Corrosive Biles lands, just barely saves that tank. But yeah, this space being gone is kind of a big deal for Railgun. He's down to 180 total supply. He is making Ultras right now, making Lings at the same time. He has 2 Corruptors. You can make those into Broodlords. But usually you want at least a group of 4 or 5 before you start morphing those dudes in. All right. Alrighty then. Overlord getting killed. Nothing can really deal with this. Again, the Corruptor ball is just too small to really make a difference. Here's their attack. Okay, so it is actually after the patch where their damage versus non-light units was nerfed. Corruptor's doing pretty well here. I know they're going to die eventually, but they did some damage. Tanks landing on the low ground, it seems like a weird choice, but 6 drones getting killed. 18 minutes into the game, and InZaNe has killed 45 workers. It is currently 62 to 38 on that worker supply. I just don't know if the Ultras are super useful in the situation. Liberators are here, tanks are here. They're just trying to make it work, but InZaNe's micro is too good for the most part, although it did get cleaned up there. Didn't really save much. Liberators having a field day here. That one has 9 kills. 9 kills, allowing InZaNe to basically land this base as soon as he kills that creep tumor. Has this base again, still fully established. He just left these tanks here. He hasn't even really brought the full army out yet. 19 kills on that siege tank. Wow, impressive job, buzz cut dude. All right, so it's going to die. Hatchery definitely going to fall here. Transfuses down. Railgun has what he has. He needs to attack right now. He's going to lose another hatch. Yes, he's replanting this one, but it's not looking fantastic here. 33 to 62 workers. Is he going to base race this thing? I think he might just base race this. He can't really deal with the high ground. His Corruptor ball is not high enough. He's making 4 of them. Is that 4 more? Just going to be 4 total. That's going to be 4 total, unfortunately. And yeah, I think it's just base racing it. So Railgun decides to move up this ramp. Oh, ghosts are here now. InZaNe made a Ghost Academy when I wasn't paying attention. Liberators setting up shop, ready for steady targeting, and a scan. And there's the steady targeting. Ultras melting here. Absolutely And yeah, some ghosts are getting killed, but more and more ghosts coming in, throwing that steady targeting down. Bam. Bam, decides to back on out. Another attack coming up here, trying to kill a queen. Railgun decides it's time to retreat. Time to sound the retreat. 162 to 159 total supply. Did not like what he saw with those ghosts. And ghost count continuing to look pretty good. 7. Which is not bad at all. That could be a yep, that's going to be a planetary fortress getting upgraded that way. Trying to sneak on in. And yeah, I mean, Corruptor's in here killing stuff. There's that steady targeting that you can hear sounds just like snipe. And actually we can hear ghosts dying here at the same time, but Ultras are getting killed. Corruptors really want to kill every medevac in the air, and they are going to get it, which is very useful. Small group of Ultras and Hydras trying to deal with this. Ultras on top of everybody. Again, a lot of armor, but not enough DPS to really kill stuff before they get destroyed. 33 SCVs killed there, though. Railgan not doing too bad now. 28 to 30 total workers. Army supply, though, 67 to 38. InZaNe has a nice lead. Most of this is Corruptors, too, I think, for the Railgun. He's making Lings. He's making more and more Ultras. Never really went for that Broodlord tech, which I don't know if you can blame him. Liberator count is fairly high, and Broodlords can't do much about that. It's just... All right, so Corruptors. Lings with +3 attack, +1 attack. They're trying to do this thing. Lings trying to kill as many tanks as possible. Getting on top of the tanks is nice. Ultra is trying to clear out the bio stuff. Can they get it? Pathing bad. Ultra explodes. Corruptors killing Liberators, but more and more drones are dying. Is there still stuff going on over here? What do you got? 5 kills, 25 kills on that siege tank. Holy shamoly. This base is up and running. Where are these drone deaths? What am I missing here? I don't see it on the mini-map. Was he attacking with drones? Did he bring... Oh, that Liberator. 29 kills. Did he just wipe out that entire base, or did she... Yep, that's it. GG from Railgan. Railgan is defeated, and InZaNe is victorious. 32 to 21 workers. In the end, InZaNe killed 69 workers. Railgun killed 54, which is not bad, but in the end, just wasn't mining from here. Was mostly mining from here, but a Liberator was coming to kill that. And yeah, it was just army supply especially was a big problem. 62 to 25. Most of that for Railgun was in Corruptors. All of it, actually, was in Corruptors, and he can't win that way. So, well done by both players. InZaNe had some nice harassment going on. Railgun, I don't think, made the Corruptors until it was too late. It was hard for him to deal with those drops, especially, again, in these locations. With the high ground behind the mineral line, it just seems like it's very difficult to hold that and prevent bad stuff from happening. But well done to Railgun, but better job done from InZaNe. Good representation of Terran on the channel today, and that's it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.